on our Sumerian-Oasis tournament, Duel in the Desert. So very exciting stuff. It's a big open map. It's playing out very similar to like Arabia might in Age 2, and we do have the wooded center. That's always fun to see. A little bit different here at TaToH spawning off to this left side of the map at around 9 o'clock. He's got his gazelle off to the north side. He might be tempted to use a restart here, but I don't know if he can. He's got his berries here, and he's got pushable gazelle here-ish if he spots them properly. And he's got kind of non-pushable gazelle here, so he might just have to bite the bullet and take this game. It's a 9-game series. You only get 2 restarts. Use them for the worst maps. He's going to be trying to push these, though. We'll see if he's able to do it. Stone off to the left. Another stone off to the left. He's got an elephant as well to the left. Anything over here? Ooh, a nice berry patch in the middle. 3 berries is pretty rare to find on the center. Even a walkable fourth if you consider it as such. And elephant off to the right for him. CooL, on the other hand, has a slightly better map. He's got another 3 berry patch. That's a oddity. We have a pushable gazelle patch at least, or a droppable on the wood pit for CooL. I think he's gonna have to push though. He's also got pushable gazelle to the center. See if he goes for that. Meanwhile, he's got some elephants and gazelle off and to the right. Could be seeing him and a lot of elephants. So map advantage is currently CooL. He's got 3 elephants off to the left and 2 elephants off and to the right. That's a very interesting play here for him. He's got tons of food on his map. Now, these elephants are pretty long. This would be a long boy lure, as I like to call them. This would be quite far away. Be quite far away to get that from. Now, have more gazelle off to the middle. That's not really anybody's, though. Elephant on a hill. Just taking a look at the map. Taking a look at the map. Interesting. The hill layout in TaToH's base is awkward. Restart being called for CooL. Oh man, TaToH is TaToH, I'm sure, is happy about that. I'm sure TaToH is happy about that. Oh bye. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright guys, we're using the restarts fast and early in this series. That's something we haven't really seen players use too much of. We've had a lot of players go down without using any of them. So both players using one of them. I mean, we're halfway through our restarts, guys. I mean, at least we're getting them out of the way now, right? You know, if we go the distance to 9 games, it won't be an issue later, you know? Why do you think still no one used Bowman versus Scouts? Last game, no one built Bowman because the the maps were really open and the pressure kept coming in. As soon as players feel a little bit more safe, we're going to see he was using his restart because his lure was messed up. A lot of it is going to resolve. A lot of this is going to be decided by that Stone Age. I'll talk about it right now. These gazelle off and to the right of CooL's base, they're extremely critical to how you play the game. You have to get these gazelle to your TC, or you have to build a storage pit out on the map if you want to have a good shot, right? If you don't get your gazelle to your TC, you're just going to be too late to the Tool Age. And then you just die to the scouts, right? You can't, there's not, yeah, if you're like a minute later than your opponent to the Tool Age, it's already over. It's already over.
Keep up the good work. Thanks for your efforts to make Age 1 a competitive game too.
Oh. Oh. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That's going to the prize pool, guys. All donations right now do go to the prize pool for the tournament, up to 150 bucks. So it meets our normal ones. We're currently at like 110 now. And let's take a look here. TaToH has very start. He's got 2 of his gazelle to the start. He's got 2 of his gazelle to his TC now, which is plenty. He's got 3 vills on that first one, so he has time now to lure these other ones. He does need to get on his wood line pretty quick, though, so he's got to start chopping these jags if he wants to get a good storage pit timing. He has a storage pit to the north up there for him, as well as another storage pit here. 2 of these would go well with wood and combo into food. He's got an elephant to the north as well. Ooh, a triple berry there. Man, we're seeing a lot of triple berries tonight. This is great. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And then some more food to the left here for TaToH. Interesting maps. Interesting maps. A big hill in the center, and that goes like wall to set to center forest. This mountain, I should say, it's not a hill. That is a mountain. We could see a lot of play revolving around this if we were to go to a slinger war. We'll see. These players seem to be pretty happy with the current meta of with the current scout meta. They've been very happy with that scout opener. Seems to be doing well for them. The openness of this map, the inability to wall your woodline or your farms in easily, has been a pretty big game changer in terms of just how players apply pressure. And I think scouts have been very successful so far in this tournament due to that as a good opener. And I love seeing that as we now see a builder coming forward for CooL. This could be either going to this middle berry, maybe. No, he's not going to be dropping the granary just yet. He needs to start considering his storage pit location. He's looking for food. Did he spot these gazelle? He may have missed these gazelle. They're right there. Those are pushable to TC. I can't believe he would not try to push these if he didn't spot those. Gonna spot that center wood line now. TaToH's economy is looking a little bit better here. Looks like CooL messed up his lure again. He used his restart to only get 4. Oh, there he goes. He's getting him down. That's a lot better for him. There he goes. That's actually a really nice lure now. So looking solid there for CooL. It just took him a while. It took him up to 4 minutes and 40 seconds to get his last 2 gazelle in from that first initial patch of 6. So it's quite an effort there from him to finally get those. TaToH now getting his last 4 in as well. But these have been here for a while. Yeah, he's soaking up those. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna be seeing where TaToH builds this storage pit. We might be seeing him favor this stone mine location again. Not sure though, because building it close to the stone means that you can walk a vill a long distance to the stone and back, and that can help you make a couple slingers early on, which is pretty important. Oh, I need to sneeze. Okay, excuse me. Now we're back. We're back. Okay. Okay, what's going on? Okay, so CooL got an elephant. Where'd he get this from? Oh, it was right here, right? He had an elephant, like, around down here, and he was able to spot that with his vill. Grab that in. Now he's pushing his gazelle to this woodline over here. Even a lion joining the party here. It's a huntable... There's a huntable treat, but they do scare gazelles, even the carcasses. It's kind of funny. So that gazelle getting a little spooked there. Now, sending most of his villager economy over to here. Kind of similar. This is pretty reminiscent of that storage pit that we had from TaToH earlier in the previous game, right? It was his economy was very much so centered around one storage pit. We'll see if CooL takes this time to move his whole economy there as well. We'll see how this goes. And TaToH has a similar opportunity this game to just migrate his entire economy around one storage pit. As an opener, this makes sense because those early scouts can be really deadly to like lonely vills, right? One-on-one, the vills stand no chance, but as a group, the villagers can fight against things like scouts and axers more effectively, especially Sumerian, the civ that we're using in this tournament, has an extra 15 HP on their villagers, meaning that little bit of extra health makes them a lot more durable in these early tool game skirmishes, which is why you'll see a lot of times players fighting with the vills rather than pure running. And because this map isn't wallable, we see a lot of that, right? We see a lot of ecos being run. It's more difficult to wall this wide of open of a map. We'll see if we get any wall offs this game. In the first game, we did see, ooh, nice double lure here from CooL. Gotta watch that HP though. Taking 2 hits already. He can only take 4 hits from these elephants before going down. Ooh, that's another hit. Uh-oh, he's gotta be careful, man. He's gotta be careful. Every time he turns, it's close, but he's gonna be able to get it. That's not particularly close. This lure certainly could have been more crisp, as it looks like he's gonna be doing slingers. Do we see stone being mined? Yeah, so he's gonna go to the stone mine, so he's gonna be doing slingers. Now, TaToH might be thinking that the aggression is coming in once again in the same fashion. We could be seeing him going for stables. Now, a really interesting thing about slingers versus scouts is, at this point, slingers are very vulnerable, right? If TaToH had a proper scout rush coming in right now, the scouts should be in around 10 minutes game time, right? And slingers start coming out at a similar time, right? Like 9:30, 9:40 is generally a decent time to get slingers out, right? And we do see CooL doing that now. He's getting his slingers out. He's going to explore one to either direction, so he's not particularly scared of the rush here. Now, the difference here is TaToH's going to have a fast, strong unit that will go down very, very quickly to a group of slingers, right? It's very difficult for one scout to approach like 5 or 6 slingers. It's extremely difficult for like 4 scouts to approach 20 slingers, right? And honestly, the cost is pretty similar when you consider the upgrades. These early scouts need to be on top of your opponent very quickly. And it looks like he's going to be pushing forward now. He's going to meet that first slinger. He should see the upgrade. And this, like, look at how well this slinger did. Honestly, considering its unit, it did half that HP of the scout, right? I mean, 2 more hits and that scout's at half. And that's just kind of how this trade goes, right? Slingers do a lot of damage. So CooL's playing a much more standard game this time around. He's going pure slingers, which is a very common strategy for Age of Empires 1. Slingers are, if you ask most people, slingers are by far the most powerful unit. We've seen a lot of scouts in this tournament due to the openness of the map and their hit and run tactic working so effectively. But most of the time, when we see slingers massed like this on a hill, the player going scouts has a very difficult time breaking this formation. And unless TaToH can get a lot of damage done with these early scouts, the slinger mass is going to become an unstoppable force for him, and he will eventually go down here. Now, this is going to be extremely difficult for him. What you want to see now, what we need to see now from TaToH is 3 barracks. He needs to get on his stone, and he needs to start making slingers of his own and try to use the pressure from these scouts to buy as much time as possible. The question is, does TaToH know that this is what he needs to be doing right now? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. If he goes for it, he goes for it. It's very expensive to do a whole tech switch only at 12 minutes. You see the market coming down, so at least he could start getting that slinger upgrade. Maybe he needs to get on his stone, man. He needs to start making slingers. Look at this. I mean, the 3 scouts just died instantly, right? TaToH didn't get a single kill. He didn't even get a hit off onto these slingers, and 2 scouts going down, 1 at 19 HP. And CooL knows this. CooL knows that at this point he can defend his base with like 6 slingers against 2 scouts. One of them that's that hurt, so he can just start pressuring forward. And this is something that TaToH can't fight. Even the most basic of micro at this point makes this unapproachable. We'll see if TaToH can play against this properly. He's going to be going to trying to lure the. I think he's trying to lure the gazelle there. Actually, no, he killed that scout. I see. There's a scouting slinger that went down in TaToH's base. So TaToH has the score lead right now, but most of that is probably from exploration. And yeah, just look at that. The scouts just can't even approach 3 slingers. 1 scout going down. That was the hurt scout, but now another scout joins the hurt rank. Is TaToH really forcing CooL to pull back here? I'd like to see TaToH transition now, though. He needs to read this and transition into slinger himself, or else this is going to become impossible. He's not stopping the slinger player. Let's check the ecos. Ecos 29 to 32. So TaToH booming up behind this a little bit more effectively. Maybe not investing as much in the military. This is a pretty large slinger mass. TaToH's going to need maybe 12 slingers, or maybe 10 scouts could deal with this. I'd say 10. He needs to double his number, and he could fight this. But if CooL gets caught off guard, and TaToH gets in on the farms, maybe that's a good position. But just look at this splattering of slingers. Just going to be a little chip damage everywhere TaToH goes here. And here he comes once again on top of the hill. It's a pretty bad fight for TaToH to take, but I think if he gets atop the hill first, it's going to be good for him. 1 slinger going down, and now this is a pretty big mass here. You can't dodge slinger balls like that. Very difficult. Gonna try to do the dance. Gonna get in there, but here's the counterattack from CooL coming across the map, and TaToH has no response back at home as the scouts will slowly clean up these slingers, but notice the HPs on these scouts. Now villagers will have a very good time fighting against this. Gonna have an opportunity to go on these farmers. 5 on 4. I think the Vills might honestly be able to win that if they kill that hurt scout first. They focus the hurt ones first, as we do now see these slingers coming into TaToH's base. TaToH, how do you handle this, man? How do you handle this? This is too many slingers, man. This is too many slingers. Scouts coming in here. I mean, CooL could honestly have fought this with Vills, given the HPs on those scouts, but I think he's trying to focus on his attack a bit here, as now the slinger's coming into the farmers. TaToH has to run from these farms. He needs more time. He needs more scouts here. He needs 6 or 7. maybe even 8 scouts to deal with this. I mean, CooL with just a little micro could do a lot here, and now he does fight with the villagers, and 3 of those scouts will go down. Will he kill one more Vil? Yes, indeed. One more Vil goes down, and finally that scout goes down. So pushed off his farms for a little bit, but the economy from CooL is still pretty solid here. I'm going to check the ecos real quick. 37 villagers from TaToH. So TaToH really taking this opportunity to boom nicely. He's deleting his own houses so that he can get good surrounds here, as now coming forward to build with the villagers, but CooL is taking such a good position along the gold mine and the stone mine. TaToH, you can't take this fight very efficiently. Several of the scouts aren't going to have good engagements here. Several of the Vils might go down, but he's going to slowly deal with these slingers one by one. Did any Vils go down? No, only 2 scouts, but several of these scouts did get very hurt, so forced off a lot of time onto these farms. It took a pretty nice fight there, I will admit. It looked bad with the sandwich into the gold mines, but now does TaToH have what it takes here with scouts to keep going with this? Can he keep affording such cost negative trades? Look at the kill loss, 26 to 12, but you gotta remember, all those kills are scouts. Scouts costing 80 food, double the food cost of a slinger. You know, CooL TaToH needs to be getting a KD of 2 to 1 here for this to be effective, and he's barely doing it. So how much longer can he keep this up? Not exactly sure, as another scout goes down. The slinger is one of those scouts, very damaged as well on that front line. There are 15 slingers there. He's got to get, yeah, again, he needs another 2 or 3 scouts here. He's prioritizing his villager production, which I don't disagree with, that's for sure. But I mean, if TaToH mixed in a couple of slingers here, this could make a really nice fight. He's going to try to fight on the hill here. He needs to just not, he could just fight. Fighting downhill with scouts against slingers is the same as fighting on flat ground, so it doesn't really make a difference. But giving the hill, this is bad now. Fighting uphill against slingers with scouts is very bad. That's a very bad trade. So he cannot take it. He's going to have to wait. He's going to maybe go for the sandwich. If CooL comes forward, TaToH could find himself in a really good position here to pinch these slingers against the woodline. Maybe do something similar as he did to the gold. He's got a decent scout count here. He's making that 3rd stable. Another mass being built up at home for CooL. Let's check the ecos. 42 to 32. Man, TaToH is booming out of his mind. He is not letting up on villager production. And now, something interesting is last game we saw CooL win it because of the pressure he was applying to the economy. This game, neither player has had any real pressure on their eco. There was 1 run onto the farms from TaToH and 1 run onto the farms from CooL, but no real Vil kills being done. As I think TaToH knows where this army is. Does he see that? He should see that. He's going to see it now. He's got plenty to deal with this now. He can get such a good surround here. This is going to be such a good collapse from... Oh, man. I'm so excited about this. We're going to see so many slingers die. Nothing is more satisfying than watching slingers go down. Now, this is a fight that TaToH can't take anymore. Those slingers on a hill are going to start dominating as CooL's reinforcements do show up. Does TaToH have more fuel in the tank? Certainly. Certainly more scouts back at home for TaToH. Now, this is another opportunity. So this is the speed being used to his advantage. Man, he is doing a lot here. The ecos, man, CooL's actually starting to catch up. You know, he used to be 10 Vils behind. Now he's only 8 as he can start pressuring these stables. TaToH, I think, needs to just engage on this. He can't let these slingers hit his buildings. Slingers have a bonus damage against buildings, so they are going to be taking care of these rather quickly, decisively. He could trap these slingers, though. He could trap these slingers against this woodline. Oh, this is going to be pretty juicy again. Deleting the storage pit. He's going in with one side, coming in on the other. Maybe delete the barracks, TaToH, if you want a good shot at this fight. Several of his scouts aren't doing anything. He's going to delete the stable. Oh, no, man. Oh no, he's going to have to build another stable. I guess he's got the 2, but if he gets a decisive fight here, this is going to be everything to TaToH. We're seeing down these slingers. CooL trying to get them into that woodline. This is so tight. If he gets it into this woodline, you can't approach this with scouts very easily. It's going to have to be one single file scouts. This is such a good position for CooL to be in, as he did lose all of his slingers there. Almost all. Several of his slingers will just exist in this woodline. TaToH did chop through. CooL has also chopped through, so this is now a weak point for both players. This is when you usually see players, when you have this little ring of water. Something that you guys should note if you're not particularly familiar, this is deep water. None of this is is regular water, so you can't actually build a dock on the center in Oasis, but you can run units around this little edge, single file. So what you need to do at some point is either wall this or attack along this, and we do see this just waiting slinger mass here, and TaToH's just going to have to deal with that. He's going to take this time to counterattack, but he could get in here, man. He could get in here. No, he's going to get the wall off done, isn't he? Yeah, he gets the wall off just in time. This is a huge slinger army. Now, there is a house exposed here. There's a house here. He finds it. Can't take the fight with the slingers behind the wall. And these slingers from CooL are still just hanging out behind here. Don't forget about them. They're going to have a moment to counterattack at any moment. 4 stables now for TaToH. He's really investing in these slingers. And now we have a fully walled slinger player. And look at CooL even walled it, like I said. He walled it, and now this is always an opportunity for him. It's also an opportunity for CooL, however. It looks like at this point, CooL has mined enough stone to basically do whatever he wants. This north side is a little unprotected, though, so looks like CooL's going to try to bronze. CooL might be trying to bronze. He's collecting gold. He's on his way to bronze. He's bronze. For 25 minutes, CooL has hit the bronze age. TaToH has invested so much into these scouts, but now there is an opening here for him, but we're going to start seeing those camels come out. Camels are certainly the next choice. He's on gold, so that's going to be tough for him. TaToH, is he in position to fight this? Is he in position to go bronze himself? He's on gold, so he's on his way up to bronze as well. Oh, we have a little quick pause here from one of our players. No problem. AoE score, highly influential by small things like most tech, most explored, biggest armor. Yeah, the score in Age 1 is really not important. The biggest thing to look at is the eco, like your Vil highs, right? Vil high, gold collected, and like your kill loss. It's just like you can see the score differentials at the right side. It's like for 10 more Vils, TaToH's getting like 70 score. And then there's things like most tech is giving him 93 points. The score really doesn't matter, guys, as we do have the unpause coming out now. Now, that is that third stable going up for CooL. So I think you're going to see transition from Camel into Chariot, maybe, unless there's a big transition from of Camel when TaToH gets to bronze. He's mining a lot of gold, so he's certainly clicked. He's going heavy onto this gold, man. So he's close to that bronze age. Now he's got this big scout army, but it's not going to be very powerful, except against villagers, especially. So once these scouts get the next age of tech, they actually become absurdly powerful against villagers. Not that it's what you want to be doing, but it's an option. We'll see. Looks like CooL's getting ready to wall this. I mean, hasn't though. I mean, he is open here. Actually, no, he's not. He actually walled this with storage pits. Now he's pushing out with some camels. So TaToH is up to the bronze age, but no wheel for him yet, so he's going to be very vulnerable to these camels who are coming around this north side. It looks like CooL might spot these Vils and get some free kill-ins, but this is going to give TaToH a bit of a warning. It looks like he was coming over here to wall it, but these villagers are not going to make it in time. Did he spot these camels is the question. Because these camels are about to get in, maybe onto his gold. His scouts aren't in position to help. Camels have a natural bonus against all horse units, so it's going to be a pretty efficient fight for CooL for the time being, but we're starting to see the camels defensively for TaToH as well. He does have +4 armor, so he's going to actually do very well in these fights as starting to flood into here. Got some camels in TaToH's base now. This right side, 4 camels coming in onto these farmers with no attack upgrades, and TaToH has that armor upgrade, so that's going to be pretty good for him. Interesting play here, as we do have the boom coming in from CooL. He needs to catch up in his Vil count a bit. He's 6 Vils down currently, caught up on the timeline quite significantly here. TaToH has now walled this with medium wall. At some point he upgraded to medium wall, and he's starting to get his boom on. His second town center coming down now as booms are coming in. These multiple TCs, this is when this game starts to really, like, kind of get out of control, right? This is when this game gets unhinged and wild, right? Multiple TCs, these economies are going to get very, very large very, very quickly. We do have this match going the distance, almost. It's almost the distance. If a player doesn't fold in the next, like, 3 minutes, TaToH might fold under this pressure. We don't know just yet. The raids are out, but I think TaToH's got what it takes to fight these. We'll see. We'll see. If he can get this walled off, this is going to be a great position for him. If he walls this side of the map off, and he's able to fight everything on this side, this is probably a good position for TaToH. Right now, it's a kind of a bad position, as these camel raids are pretty significant. He has to deal with a lot of Vils being lost. And this is a chance for CooL to take the Vil lead away. So once again, TaToH losing that Vil lead, and man, that's tough. He's got a bunch of scouts, not really with anything, however. Gonna attack or defend with these. Does he attack this side? CooL's coming forward to wall. He could totally shut down the wall of CooL and then wall it himself. He's got some idle vills around around his base, but he's got the camel count. I think. I think both players have +4 armor now. So I think TaToH's got the camel count. It's hard to say right now. We got 10 on 10 roughly. Some extras in the back here for TaToH. TaToH with 4 stable production. Take a look at that. 4 stable versus 4 stable. So both players with a decent stable production. Some extra slingers in the back here. Ooh, these villagers went undetected. But that means maybe these scouts went undetected, and scouts of +4 are pretty difficult to deal with. This could be a huge raid here for TaToH. TaToH forcing his opponent CooL off the wood line in a huge fight here. It's hard to tell which camels are which. Their coloration is very small, but you can certainly see the little red, the little yellow backs that they have, like their shoulder color armor. Their gauntlets are red and yellow, I guess, as we do see CooL making a decent fight. Both players with +4 for +4. Full storage pit upgrades here. Big fight here, but again, these camels are just going to shred these guys. Look at the damage. But does he get vill kills for it? Yeah, it looks like he's going to get a little bit of damage in with the scouts finally going down. So that's going to put the kill loss in favor of TaToH still. With that vill high schools. So TaToH's got some work to do if he wants to keep up with the boom. And now this is when we need to start seeing rainbow armies. This is when so camels are good against cavalry units, right? Other units really beat camels, right? So how long will these players continue making camels? How long until someone tech switches into a more efficient unit? Camels are extremely expensive. They take a long time to create. So it's going to be interesting here. You see some big engagement still in the middle of the map. The boom still going big for both players here. This is an incredibly good match of Age of Empires right now, guys. This is something we have not seen in a long time. Bronze Wars with full camels after a full scout rush. Man, like this is a long game. We're at 35 minutes and we're into that big boom bronze time. Big boom bronze time. And 14 vill lead though for CooL is pretty significant. Gold collected pretty similar. The timeline looks like kind of mellowing out. Direction is certainly in CooL's favor. We'll see though. Does TaToH continue to produce camels at that rate? I think his farming eco is a little bit weaker here. He's got some camels scattered around his base due to the raids. Once again, TaToH vulnerable to raids. We see the range now for TaToH. CA get mopped up by this many camel riders, so it's like pretty difficult to justify chariot archers, which is the only unit you can make from the range. Looks like he's going to be trying it though. They do cost wood, which is a very high value resource on this map. Like TaToH has no issue with that, and we do see more stables. So CooL fully committing to the stable push here. He's got so many bills on gold there. Wow. Sorry, I meant on the wood. And now, as we look over on this side of the map, oh boy, this is starting to get really chaotic. The raids are just so much here, though, for CooL, and man, I don't know if TaToH can withstand this much pressure. Can he hold this up? I mean, he's got loads of camels just idling around his base. He's made some bowmen. I mean, not a great unit for this situation. Great unit. I think TaToH's got a significant army here, though. I like that both players have just walled this side of the map and they've agreed that this is the front. I would love to see TaToH, like, I don't know, walling behind these stables. At least protecting this side of his eco. And fighting like this on this side. Currently, he's not doing such, and that's giving CooL a bit of an advantage. Man, this fight is all over the place. I think it just looks crazy, but really it's TaToH with a ton of camels chasing like individual camels from CooL. Like that's most of what's going on here. Like there's one camel left here for CooL as it gets completely cleaned up now. So TaToH's able to move out with his main mass here. Able to move out with the main mass. Oh boy, this is a lot of camels from TaToH, and I don't think CooL has the numbers to fight this in a real battle. Big camel army. Big camel attack. He's not actually taking the fight. He's just going for the raid. Yeah, if TaToH just walls this becomes a lot easier. I think he's realizing that that's the play here. As CooL just keeps running in, you have to wall your eco here. Just build more stables out here, man, TaToH. Just build stables out here and defend this eco with walls. This isn't sustainable for TaToH long term. I mean, the big thing here is that we talk about this in other settings more. We rarely see this kind of situation where if CooL keeps letting TaToH grow his army and throwing away his own, we could eventually see TaToH with like 60 camels, right? And a 60 camel TaToH can just hold this spot very efficiently. Like, this is just throwing away army and attempting to get Vil kills from it. He is killing Vils, but with this many TCs from TaToH, there should be enough space for him to boom. The question is, when can... I think we're going to see an iron pretty soon from CooL. His army count is still... No way. No. He's making way too many camels for an iron. But eventually that's going to be in the books here for CooL. He's just flooding the side of the map with camels. TaToH's dealing with the pressure pretty nicely. He opened this, it looks like maybe to run out, but nothing to get out of this. He needs to wall this. He can't keep this up. Oh, we see the Academy. Now, Academy, I don't know if that was intentional from him. Maybe a misclick. Looks like maybe he was intending to build the government center. Hoplites deal very well against camels, so this could be a really good opportunity for him to get some hoplites out, but he'd need to wall his economy. He can't keep letting these runs come in, and I think CooL's starting to recognize that the camel count for TaToH is getting a bit absurd. He has a big score lead, however, and this is a significant score lead, and yeah, that's eco. That is double the economy. He might not have the timeline, though, and that's going to be because this army from CooL is not nearly as large as the army from TaToH. But once again, CooL just taking the initiative to wall off the map at this gold mine. He's going to be taking the gold and walling it off. TaToH looking like he's falling a bit behind in this mid game here. And Bowman being thrown into the mix for some supporting fire. Not the best unit of choice here, but looks like he's going to be going for it. I mean, camels don't have pierce armor, so Bowman doing a little bit of chip damage in the back. It's another unit that you can add, and here's another run from CooL. Who's surprised? Nobody. It's another run from CooL. So he's going to be running this eco again. TaToH really needs to wall this off. I mean, he's had 3 opportunities now to do so, and every time he hasn't, and every time CooL has just run in to him, just like that, and he's still... Oh, that hurts. You hate to see that. TaToH idling so many camels on the north side of the map. So many camels on the north side of the map. I mean, that's huge. There's the temple. We could be seeing priest on the backside here, and the iron click. So, with the iron click, what does that mean for CooL? Well, an early option here is with the stables. You can introduce some elephants early. Transition into Scythe is a very smart idea as well. We could see some siege workshops to deal with buildings. Sumerians, one of their best units for Sumer is their best unit is their catapults. Their catapult line is extremely powerful. We don't really see it on Oasis too much because this map is so open that, I mean, there's no need for a catapult here. You know, the camels are just going to win. It's such a unique game of Age of Empires, man. This is wild. Oh, that's a really good point, Epid. I didn't even notice the HP. TaToH didn't do nobility from the government center. So his camels have had less HP this whole time. Nobility is attacking the government center. That costs food and gold and gives you HP on your mounted units. Now this bowman mass here isn't going to do very much as we see the ranges coming out. So yeah, it looks like we're going to see Horse Archer from VNS CooL when he hits Iron Age. That temple is indicative of the Iron Age click. This is going to be Horse Archer. All these ranges going up. The towers going up on the front here. He's mined enough stone for it. This is when we could see a siege workshop, and then we're going to see it from TaToH now, so we're going to get a chance to see that unit. The stone thrower, at least from TaToH, because he's in no position to iron at this point. The economy 3-1. Timeline heavily in favor of TaToH as another single camel runs into the economy of TaToH. TaToH dealing with it pretty nicely, though. The bowmen on this wall line are here to deal with the sentry towers. The siege workshop will deal nicely with it as well. This hill for TaToH is going to be difficult to fight, and there is the Iron Age. We might be seeing a GG here. I think these Horse Archer units are going to be way too powerful against the camels. Unless TaToH can get a ton of them. Unless he rallies all of his camels to one spot and actually fights with all of them. Oh. Nope, not going to work. I like the gambit, TaToH. I like the gambit. It's not going to work. CooL thought ahead. He walled it as well. Both players realizing the need to wall that little spot here. This first stone thrower comes out, but we need to see Iron H from TaToH if he wants a shot in this. The economy from CooL is just so bustling. We're just gonna pan over his city, guys, as we see. Yep, the elephants from the stables. He's gonna push out to deal with this. Now that is gonna open him up a bit. And here come the horse archer. So this first pump is gonna be ginormous, and that should be. It's kind of gonna be a GG moment, I think, for TaToH, as that horse archer first wave is gonna be so dominating, especially with 1 or 2 elephants in the back to help. Or in the front, rather, to help. If you see guard tower coming in now. I mean, CooL's just got it all here. And there's the GG. Yeah, he can't deal with the horse archer in the back line. What a match, guys. Jeez. 2 games. 2 games in. What an incredible series so far. Holy crap. That was a 47-minute game, guys. Wow. That was an unexpectedly long match. We rarely see games go the distance like that. But CooL playing such a raid heavy style, and then TaToH playing so reactively but also open. Very interesting. Let's not forget that started with slingers versus scouts. Several amazing collapses by TaToH to really not lose to the scouts, to the slingers rather. Fantastic matches though. Fantastic matches.